where heads of state, sports, entertainment, and political celebrities meet. You're listening to Armstrong Williams.
Ambassador, given your intellectual capacity and understanding the economy, the financial slide, Dr. Carson did talk about the debt and the deficit. Where are we as a nation, and just how critical is this situation? Because for him to mention, and he also mentioned the fact that medical doctors have always been involved in the process, that 5 of them were the original founding fathers of this nation.
Well, that's a good question, and I want to answer it a little differently. And I was reminded by my wife last night that Dr. Carson has his medical challenges, him personally, meaning that he has a heart condition. And, I was saying that Dr. Carson yesterday, and inadvertently, he was speaking to power, about power, and how to reconcile differences. And he was at a prayer breakfast basically speaking to political power persons. And, he is a world-renowned physician and at one of the leading institutions, medical institutions that we have. And it sounded to me like this man, and I don't think it was intentional, may have been launching unknowingly a political career. He is at the point in life where he could pivot. He could change his career and become a power sphere politically, which would be tremendous. What I heard yesterday was what a political, a religious speech that had political implications.
I tell you what was amazing that I really want you to comment on. This is this is the top of the charts of everything that he said. When he broke down $16 trillion, if you were to count each number, talk about that. Did that not resonate? I never heard anyone put it like that before.
Well, I don't remember all of the specifics.
507. It would take you 500 million years. 507 million years.
What he said was, if you count a true second to get to 1 trillion, it would take you 570 billion years to do it. And he broke it down. A second, you count 1,000, 2, 1,000, and you could not. You can only do that in a second, up to 1,000. So it would take you properly counting 570 billion years, 500 billion years, to count to 1 trillion. That's just remarkable to think of that. I mean, 1 trillion is a number that is stratospheric. I mean, it is so far out there that we can't comprehend it. And at the same time, this is something that we're living with today on the fiscal cliff, which I don't call it a cliff. I call it a precipice. I mean, and it's straight down. We have to make the changes. We have to come together, as Dr. Carson spoke of, to get over these challenges because they're greater than any one individual can lead us. I mean, there have to be throngs to bring about this change, throngs of leaders coming together to bring about this change.
Didn't you love his talk about rewarding academic excellence and not just sports and entertainment figures?
Absolutely. And what he explained was not only does, as a person of Baltimore, and he brought up the Ravens and their success, which we all appreciate, sports success. And if you go into any school and they have trophy racks, and the athletes are rewarded, they have scholarships, they have banquets, but academic excellence is not recognized in the same way. And he spoke of having trophy cases that listed and had those that excelled academically recognized in the same way as the athletes are. He spoke of having banquets that recognize those that have achieved. I mean, it's a simple thing, but it makes so much sense, and it sends a clear message that you're in school not just to be recognized for athletic achievement, but you're also there for academic achievement, and it should be recognized.
I also, what about the president's reaction? What did you take from his body language?
Well, I was, and I'm not an expert on body language, but we all have our opinions. The president did not clap. The parables when the house broke out in laughter did not even smile. I was amazed at the lack of reaction.
Doesn't that say more than anything else?
Well, what is important, I think, is that the president did hear the speech. I mean, it was not...
Oh, he heard it. He heard it.
He could not change the channel. He could not get up and walk out. He heard the speech in its entirety, and I think that was significant unto itself.
That's a great quote. Ambassador, in the couple of minutes we have left, talk about this physical precipice that we face.
It's something we have to address. Everybody, both sides, both extremes, want to kick the can down the road. I mean, we need to pick up that can and deal with it. it talking about sequestration. I mean, this is no way to run a government where you have these automatic cuts. I mean, that's not leadership. It just, we're playing with fire. We're playing with calamity. When you think about the issues that we have today in the world, America is facing terrorism around the world. This is something that we have not, on this scale, ever seen before. So we have to have a military that goes along with our might as a people, as the leading economy in the world. We have to protect ourselves. But at the same time, we're protecting them. We're back to a guns and butter approach, and we have to be able to balance, and that's the operative word here, those challenges.
Ambassador, thank you so much for joining us. You're always the best. Take care. Thank you for joining us for this edition of the Armstrong Williams Show.